You know, a lot of women are realizing after being married for decades that they are with a hobosexual loser. Like, y'all, this man lied about being retired. Like, he retired without telling us. Look at this! This title alone. My husband covered up the fact that he retired. How can I reboot our communicate? Right there, I'm like, what? So we're gonna go through this in my special series that I haven't done in a while called "What the Hell, Mail." It's a column of a column, and by the way, I'm gonna have my own kind of column that y'all can write into soon. More on that soon. And if you haven't joined my Patreon yet, even if you can't afford it, that's how you keep up with me and my work. But I got lives, watch parties, travel content, personal stories I want to share with everybody. And also, I may kind of put the column there, and then I'm not sure. We're figuring it out. But like, comment, share, make sure your notifications are hit, and subs, you're subbed also because they are unsubbing you without you knowing. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to put my perimenopause glasses on, though, because this is coming for you if you are not in perimenopause yet. Right out of the gate, my husband completely covered up the fact that he retired 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Okay, I haven't read this whole thing, y'all. I kind of skimmed through it. I forgot 2 years. And has been pretending to go to work ever since. Well, ma'am, what you got is a liar. When I tell you men lie about everything, they will lie about literally everything. This to me, right there, this is the same as cheating, okay? You need to treat this like it's an affair. Actually, I would say this is worse. 2 years of lying every day. But, okay, let's get into it. I'm getting ahead of myself. He made up stories about work events. Oh my God! I only found out by seeing the pension payments in our joint account. He is 68. He has reapplied on spec to his old company. Okay. He hasn't had any response, but continues to wait for one. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? He's trying to go back and work? I don't know what that means. If anybody knows what reapplied on spec, what does that mean? I've never had a real job. I'm freelance. When asked about what he does, he says he sits in cafes and does crossword puzzles. Oh my God, men are so freaking boring. God, they are so boring. These glasses are killing me, y'all. He is always on his phone. Yeah, a little teenager. He delays and denies talking about being on the pension and any activities such as volunteering, doing courses, etc. How can I reboot our communication? You don't need to reboot it. You need to leave this man. Sorry, I know that the blanket advice should never just be divorce, okay? I know. But there is so much in this paragraph. Okay, first of all, he's lied every day for 2 years. What? Do y'all not talk at all? Like, about finances? You not talk about anything? How much has he been lying? Has he been like, oh yeah, you know, Betsy at the office said blah, blah, blah. Like, what are the extent of his lies? Because he is literally making up, like he made up going to work events. But here's this thing right here. Okay, so first of all, y'all, like literally marriage is a business contract, okay? There is no reason to get married, like to sign that piece of paper other than you need to go into it like this is a business, and you have literally the laziest coworker, the laziest co-owner of y'all's business ever. Why would you want to own a business which is basically all of y'all's money somehow being tied to each other unless you are very protected? What? Oh my God! I'm not saying that like there should be love involved in it, but basically if you're gonna get married, do it so that, you know, you have more protection. You know, like if you're an immigrant or, you know, whatever, if you like protect yourself, don't just live with these men with no protection because you're going to get more screwed. I know women who've got more screwed by not being married and leaving than not. But like you are sharing a house with a parasite who seems really freaking boring, lies, has a fantasy, like literally he might as well have been having like another family with other children. That to me is like kind of as bad in terms of betrayal trauma. But look at this. This is right here says the difference between men and women under patriarchy. When women have time off or unemployed, not all the time, but in general, what I have seen is that every woman I know, myself included, because when the writer's strike happened in 2008, I had no work for a while and I was going insane. But what did I do? I created a blog, and I wrote every day. And I was constantly looking for creative outlets for my energy, because like just sitting around and just doing nothing and letting someone wait on me like this man is probably doing, because I guarantee she's probably doing all the domestic labor and all the emotional labor and all that stuff too. But are y'all friends? Are you even friends? If you are not like friends with your partner, what is the point? What's the point? What's the point? You can just get laid anytime. What are you doing? You're literally signing up to just do extra work for free, right? You're probably not even getting your kitty cat licked. But when women have spare time, what we tend to do, because even though it may not be paid labor, it's very valuable. Every retired woman I know, right? My mom, my stepmom, all their friends, they volunteer. They like my mother-in-law, since she's been retired, she is the memory keeper. She is writing a book about her family. She is going to the archives every day. She's been taking computer classes to learn how to do digital archiving. She's taking an English class so she can talk to me more. This woman is, and she's a full-time nanny when the kids are on the vacances scolaires here, where they go on vacation for 2 weeks every 6 weeks. So there's all this time that she shows up and is the primary caregiver of 2 small children. This woman works harder in retirement than she probably even did when not retired. And that is, every woman I know is like that. They work harder when they're retired than I know it's hard to imagine, because a lot of them had very hard jobs. And even if they never had like paying jobs, raising children, that is like 7 jobs in one, unpaid. But when men retire, this is why there's a great divorce, right? Besides, they get more violent a lot of times. They get more angry, moody, but they're also just boring. Women have not been taught to have spare time to relax. And that's kind of our problem on some level. We just never get to, because all we get is this extra labor because men won't do it. But when men have extra time, he goes and hangs out and does puzzles. Hey, he can't imagine putting his precious, precious time into volunteering. I don't know, bettering himself somehow, learning something. I will give my dad credit. He sat around for a long time and he was so bored, he ended up writing a book, a terrible book. He realized he was going to go insane if he just sat around and did nothing. But a lot of men who are in retirement, they're like, you know what? I've always just wanted to watch TV and do nothing. And I'll just let her watch me do nothing, and I'll just let her keep doing it. But he lied about all this, y'all. This is so bad. This is divorce level betrayal. And I get it. Like, why she, like, if I'm just, if they're older, like boomer kind of stuff, like, I get it. But like, this is horrifying. Let's see what's her face says. Eleanor. Oh, this makes me sad for you both. It reminds me of people in the Depression who got laid off and didn't tell their families, just took their lunch in the paper bag and sat. Well, now, Eleanor, who are you talking about? When you say people, I feel like you're talking about men, but you're saying people, because I can't imagine a woman ever doing that. I'm sure maybe once in a while, but this is what men were doing. And this is not the same. The Depression is not the same as lying about being retired. I can't even believe you brought that up. You're out of the gate. This is what you're leading with, Eleanor? No! See, this is why I need my own column. Look at Mose in his car, like just cradling his head. I mean, obviously he's deceived you, and that's got to feel bad. But don't minimize this, Eleanor. You might well be quite angry. No, you should be enraged. Where's my microphone? I'm going to turn this on for this. 2, 3, 4. I'm there. It does that every time. You should be enraged. Okay? Eleanor. Not a little mad. As well as the surprise discovery that he's retired, there's the equally tough surprise that for reasons totally opaque to you, he didn't want or feel able to say so. Okay, I see what you're doing here. Oh, is it because he didn't feel safe to tell her? We gotta stop doing this. I'm not saying this is never the case, because, we can be big old witches, we can be abusive, we can be all these things, but this scenario, what you're not gonna do is frame this as, what is wrong with you, lady? Why did he not feel safe telling you that he wanted to do nothing for 2 years? I know why. Because he knew she wouldn't be okay with it. That's why. That's why men lie all the time. It's not because they don't feel safe. It's because they want to get away with it. Incroyable, as they'd say here. Anyway, that's a drastic thing to learn about your communicative environment. This was a big deception. Understatement of the century. It's not as obviously explicable as, say, a lie to get out of trouble. Okay, all right, I'm going to hear you out, Eleanor, but I don't know. Why is it? No, it sounds to me like he didn't want to get in trouble. He wanted to do what he wanted to do and just like hope you never noticed. Like, that's what men do all the time. They lie through omission. Oh, oops. Oopsie, I forgot to tell you I have a whole nother I forgot to tell you I have a gonorrhea. I forgot to tell you I have like $500,000 in debt. I forgot to tell you I'm bisexual. I forgot to tell you, I didn't feel safe telling. Get real. Men are not stupid. Eleanor, this is your problem. Okay? This is your problem. Stop infantilizing men. Stop thinking that they are dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. But okay, let me keep going. Okay. And it doesn't even sound as if he's scrambling to explain things now that he's been... Yeah, that's the problem. He's just like, yeah, I'm just not even going to answer this bitch. She's got all these questions. I'm just not going to answer. What is she going to do? Leave? Ha! At this age? Yeah, good luck, cat lady. I need all your free labor forever and ever, and I don't want to die, and I want you to take care of me when I'm sick. But I know you'll never leave because you're too mind-forked to think that you need me when actually I need you. The biggest lie ever. That women don't want it. We're afraid of being alone. Yeah, if we're afraid of being alone, it's only because that's what we've been told. But we thrive when we're alone compared to men. You said he still blocks efforts to talk about the pension. Yeah, because he doesn't care enough about... He doesn't care. I think you're right to feel communication needs a hard reboot. Both y'all ladies are sick and twisted in the head with patriarchy. Please get some help. This is not a communication reboot moment. This is a divorce forever moment. My question, and I imagine yours, is what did he want or need that made lying feel like the best way to get it? It might help to start there. By quite literally just listening, because you know what your problem is? Communication. You must just talk like all women do, and you just don't listen to men enough. Because, he lied because he didn't feel like he could tell you. It could not be manipulative, entitled, selfish prick conditioned by what? Patriarchy to feel like he can just do whatever he wants. And not even feel like he has to explain why. Because the bitch will stay no matter what. Eleanor, why do you have a column? Oh my God. You should watch my videos. The listening phase of acknowledging each other in relationship is very different from the abdication phase. And different again from fixing and improving phase. What are you talking about? You know what? This is my problem with Esther Perret. What is her name? That woman gives a lot of great advice, but she never really brings patriarchy into it. She treats both the man and the woman as if they are equal in this dynamic. And then if there's something, she's just as accountable for everything as him. And I'm sorry, but you cannot talk about relationships between men and women like the heteronormative hellhole that we're in without acknowledging that one person could the other, and we've all been conditioned to be taken advantage of, exploited, and harmed by men, and make excuses for them all the time. So I'm sorry, you can't do this. I'm not saying that women are not participating in this and women are always right. I'm never ever saying that. That's why I talk about how we got to unfork our brain, because this is right here is enabling men. Infantilizing men to get away with horrific behavior and be like, it had to be a communication breakdown and not malicious lying to avoid accountability, to avoid any consequences. That's what this is. This is almost always why they lie. They want to get away with it. They want to get away with it. Hey! You mentioned a number of things. From the latter camps, he doesn't want to talk about classes, activities, courses, because he's a boring old man like so many of them. They're not even have to be old to be boring. He's delaying and denying because he doesn't. What is that? Avoidant, escapism, all the stuff I talk about. Separate, and before that, there's a task of understanding. Why? Why didn't he want to share this? Fuck that! Who cares why? Stop caring so much about wanting to know why and start paying more attention to what they did, what they're doing about it, or what they're not doing about it when it's this big. Because the why is going to exhaust you and you will avoid the what, which is massive betrayal, entitlement, exploitation of all her labor, because he's not doing anything at home while he's doing these puzzles. My guess is she's doing a lot and he's just doing puzzles. You know, just like an unemployed man, a retired man is a menace to society unless he actually works on himself and tries to give back to the community. They just become selfish pricks, way more so than they were as just dads or just husbands. Somehow they become even more miserable, entitled, selfish, and moody, and like, old man syndrome once they retire. Because now they got nothing. No friends from work. Nothing. He's not even probably making friends at the coffee shop. He's just doing puzzles. I guarantee you all his friends he knows through her. I wonder if it might help to quarantine the question of what now and who's right. And focus on seeing if you can learn what. Okay, we're saying separate things. I'm like, who gives a crap what? See what the hell he's going to do about it. And he needs to admit this was wrong. How wrong? And she's like, no, who cares? Who cares? Let's just focus on why. In that way, this woman is old, okay? Her husband's 68. No telling how old she is. You don't have much time left. Don't waste any more of your years trying to figure out why. That's like being on the Titanic, and, you see the water's rising, and instead of getting in a lifeboat, you're like, but why? Why'd we hit it? How big was the glacier? How fast are we going? Why are we going so fast? Why was the glacier? Why? Who cares? Get off and get in a raft. I'm thinking of old school listening techniques, blah, 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 like it's oh God. I'm going to put my glasses on to read this BS. Like saying, point back to him, seeing if you can accurately sum up why such and such is important to him. Why might he be surprised by how illuminating this? You might be surprised by how illuminating this is. Yeah, but he's not going to be honest. You think he's going to be honest about all that? Like, you think he's going to say, I kind of hate you. I don't want to spend any time with you. If you knew I was retired, you'd expect me to do more, which means like I have to work. I don't want to work. I want you to do all the work. And I hate your face. I hate being around you. So I'd rather literally hang out with strangers and do puzzles all day than be anywhere near you. That's probably what he's thinking. But instead it'd be like, I don't know, like, you're so hard on me. I just don't feel safe. I felt like I couldn't tell you. Don't believe these men, y'all. Oh, you think you're saying back exactly what the other person just said, and they'll say, no, it's not quite. What? Shut up. Mutual blah, 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 blah. Don't care. Oh my God, there's more. I don't even know if I can read this. Proper understanding this, blah. I know a lot of work to put on you. That's a lot of work to put on you. Yeah, Eleanor, stop putting work on her. I guess that she's already doing too much work. And it means temporarily setting aside legitimate criticisms? Okay, that's an understatement. But the pragmatics of communication often come apart from the morality of it. Morality. This dude's being immoral. You're in a position now where something in him feels that talking isn't worth it. No, it's talking means getting caught and having consequences and not getting away with it. Stop doing this! It might be wildly unfair. It is, Eleanor. It's unfair what you're saying. But if it's to change, he needs to get the sense that talking might produce different results than the ones he's expecting. Oh my God. One way to do that is just keep saying, this has revealed something really weird in our communication, and I hope it can be different. Oh my God, stop. This just gets worse. If he fights you on even that, you could tell him how this makes you feel. Like he cares. Like he cares if you feel lonely. If he fights you on even that, you could tell him how loneliness makes you feel. Like he doesn't trust you with things that are important to him. Oh my God, no, that is how he's going to manipulate you. This way, continuing to not talk is just framed as his preference. It makes it clear that by clamming up, he's actively continued to do something that hurts you. Eleanor, could you just cut all the middle part out and say he's continuing to do something that hurts you by avoiding accountability? God, you just said 5 paragraphs of blah, 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 blah. I swear, I really wish women stopped giving men. You would never give a woman that much benefit of the doubt. Okay? God! Anyway, let me know what y'all think. This is like a whole. I've never heard of a man lying about being retired. I've heard of everything. This is the first for me. Anyway, let me know if you like this. Let me know if you have any thoughts about my column, because I actually, people ask me for advice all the time, but I don't know how to, like, I'm figuring out how to do that. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this. Make sure you're subbed. Make sure you hit notifications, comment, like, share, all that stuff. And join my Patreon for exclusive content that's really cool. And that's what pays my bills. Anyway, let me know if you heard the comment song. Right, Mose? Cute animal comment song. Moses' big old toes. Look at how he sleeps. He's such a cute baby. And look at how he's so delicate. I'm sorry, demure. Look at how he sleeps in his car. Look how he makes me share my chair. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at how he's sleeping. Like, what the hell? How is he asleep like this? This is Mose. Mose is a weird sleeper. Not right here, but he's so cute. Look at this cute, sweet baby. Look at this. Look at this. That can't be comfortable. Cute baby. Look at this dog. He's so sweet. He's such an innocent baby. But he's also a nightmare because he's full of anxiety. That's his best friend. And at Anthony's parents' house, such a weird sleeper. But I love him and he's old as fork. He's 11 years old. Maybe not that old, but I'm always like, you're old. Look at this man. Look at this dog. Look at this Mose. Erica's cats. Erica, one of our moderators, also has cute animals.